Okay, I'm here with Sam Sweeney and John Spiers of Bellowhead. Welcome to Wickham, or welcome back to Wickham I should say, because you've been here a few times.
Quite a few times, yeah. It's always really lovely to come back. Great crowd, great gig, and it's kind of exciting for us at the moment because we're on a little 11-day tour and we're playing loads of the new album. So we're actually really looking forward to playing loads of the new material in front of the crowd tonight. Yeah.
So how difficult is it to choose what material you play, whether you go for the old favourites or whether you go for the new material?
Well, at the moment it's sort of a happy mixture, isn't it? We're trying to recraft the end of the gig a little bit, so we're putting some new stuff towards the end, but then of course we're doing the favourites, still doing New York Girls and London Town and that kind of thing. But we really want to get audiences going with the new stuff and try and get a fantastic sort of live reaction to the new album stuff. So that's what we're doing on this tour. We're phasing it in.
And how's the new album been received, John?
It's gone really well. Yeah, it was released back in June, and I haven't got the exact sales figures, but I understand it's doing quite well.
Getting a bit of airplay as well.
Yeah, we've been very well supported by Radio 2, and I've heard it on a couple of local BBC radio stations and things like that as well. So yeah, it's nice to be heard by people who haven't heard of us.
And of course, the new the first single was Gosport Ladies.
Of course, yeah.
And we saw the thing on the BBC the other day that Gosport Ladies is the highest selling single in Gosport of all time.
Number one in Gosport.
What a great epitaph that will be when you finally hang up your guitars.
Yeah.
Best-selling single ever in Gosport.
Absolutely, yeah.
So is the new album a different style, a departure, or is it much the same?
Well, I mean, material-wise, it's very similar. So most of the stuff is old English traditional material. Of course, there is one cover on there. We just signed to Ireland, and we thought we should sort of pay homage to their sort of great folk history. So we put a Richard Thompson cover on the album, which is really great. We did I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight, so we put that on there. But we worked with a fantastic producer called Rupert Christie, and I think it's the first album really that we've done that's been mixed and produced sort of like a pop album. The last two sort of sounded sort of like Bellowhead do live, and that was great, and it was great that audiences could buy a CD that sounded like our live performance. This is the first time we've ever worked with a producer on the material for Rupert really got involved in terms of the arrangements and the sound of things and all that kind of thing. So it is sort of sonically it's a departure from what we've done before, but I think we all think it's our best thing yet, really, which is a good job. I mean, if we didn't think that, it would be rubbish, wouldn't it?
Difficult to sell it.
Yeah.
So in what ways did he help you in terms of the production?
I mean, Rupert, he worked with the Fisherman's Friend, so he has done some folky stuff before, but he isn't himself a sort of big folky. But we would play him an arrangement, and he'd just go, that groove is too complicated there, or you just need to flatten out the bass line so it's just more sort of fall to the floor or whatever. So he'd come in with this sort of pop sensibility. And so he did change sort of grooves and drum parts and what have you, and
making it flow more.
Yeah.
So it's slightly cleaner in some terms, in terms of the actual production.
I think for us as 11 people, we sort of throw a lot of 11 different opinions at the music often, and I think that's brilliant because it means that we have so many ideas all the time. But I think what Rupert did is sort of he smoothed us over. Yeah, he did that, which was really helpful, and I think it shines through on the album. I think you can tell that we've had that sort of fantastic sort of producer input. Yeah.
And do you think that's contributing to you getting a little bit more airplay?
I think it has to, because if you listen to the stuff that's played on mainstream radio, it's got a very, very sort of definite sound to it, and if you're from outside, that sounds quite difficult to get noticed by the radio station. So I think working with a producer that knows how to create that radio-friendly sound. It's not just radio-friendly, it's the sort of thing that if you play a lot of folk albums in your car and you're going fast, it's brilliant music, but you can't hear it because it's quite quiet and subdued. And this is the first one of ours that we've ever done that you can really, well, on my awesome car stereo anyway, hear while you're driving along.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be coming up to a speed camera then while you're listening to Bellowhead?
Well, luckily in my car I can't reach any speed that would probably do me any damage. But if you've got a decent car, then yeah, don't play it too loud.
So how do you feel about being a little bit more mainstream, if you like, now?
Well, it was our own goal, really. The band from the start has been about both experimenting and playing with the traditional material and taking it to as wide an audience as we possibly can. So the more mainstream we can take it, in terms of people accepting listening to a genre of music they wouldn't normally listen to, then some of those people go, I like this, and then they've got the whole folk scene to explore afterwards. So I think that's something I'm quite proud of, and I think we all like to try and tempt people into the folk scene.
And hopefully attracting a new generation of fans.
And players, hopefully.
Yeah. Excellent. So, and how the festival's gone this summer?
Very well. We're on a run of 11 of them at the moment, pretty much. So this is day 3. We've done a festival every day this weekend so far, and the weather's held off this weekend for the most part.
For the most part, we had a few problems Thursday night.
I think most people did on Thursday, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all over the country seems to have been a lot better, and people are enjoying the weather in the sort of mud, but not quite. That's happened at the moment.
Enough to get the festival spirit, but without getting too inconvenient.
Yeah, there are wellies, but you can actually use them again after the festival, which is great.
So you've been camped on a tour bus now for...
Yeah, this is the 3rd day, so yeah, it's not very long really. It's more like a camping holiday. When you get to the 11th day, then it's I wouldn't invite people on the bus after that.
No, there's 16 of us sleeping in a double-decker bus, and it's quite incredible. You can put
that sounds cosy.
Yeah, it is. It is cosy, but we're used to it now. We're used to it. It's good. It's nice. It's got a very flash television in it. It comes up out of the floor.
It's like James Bond.
It is a bit like James Bond. You push a button, all the windows close, and the TV comes out the floor. It's quite exciting.
We're still incredibly excited by it.
Well, that's what you get when you're mainstream now.
Yeah.
So where's the television in this porta cabin?
Yeah, but I don't think Wickham's quite got round to television.
I tell you what Wickham has got, which is brilliant, is it's the only festival that's got a ready-made carpet of straw, which is fantastic to walk around on, because it's such a nice thing to have the straw all laid down everywhere.
Oh, it's wonderful. When it chucked it down on Thursday, we got the straw out, and by Friday the place was perfect again. So what next for Bellowhead?
Yeah, so we've got a new single coming out called Let Her Run, which is great.
Will it sell well in Gosport?
It's not as specific as the last single was to Gosport, I have to say, but maybe if we've got fans there, they'll still buy it. No, we've got a new single coming out, and of course we've got this 11-day tour, and then November is the album launch tour, and it's a big sort of run of 20 dates all over the country.
That's the Revival album.
The Revival album launch tour, yeah. And
make sure we get a plug in for that.
Absolutely. Well, and also it's sort of a tour to celebrate our 10th year as a band as well, so the whole thing's going to be a massive celebration. And it's the biggest tour we've ever done as well. So that's that, and then and then just keep promoting the album basically, and keep getting Revival out there.
Good. Well, thanks very much for your time.
Not at all. Cheers.